What's up, bro? This is Gabriel Gray. In this video, we are going to be talking about my 5 special tips for going on dates. Okay, we've all been there. We've all gone on bad dates, good dates. We've all been clueless around going on dates. And if you are one of those guys, I'm going to give you 5 tips that are going to change your dates forever. If you enjoy this, before we crack into it, hit subscribe, like, comment below. Let's get into it. So let's get into my 5 tips around going on dates. Tip number 1, when you go on a date, especially if it's in a restaurant, coffee shop, whatever it is, make sure to take away all the barriers between you and the girl. I see so many guys going on a date and there's the menu in between them, there's a plant in between them. You don't want to have any barriers because unconsciously that just creates a barrier between you and the girl. When I go on a date, okay, I make sure that if I'm speaking to the girl, there's no menus in the way, there's no glasses and cups and plates. Okay, yes, of course, if we're eating, but it's very different. You want to make sure that there's nothing blocking you between you and the girl. Always take away that barrier because it will create an unconscious barrier in her head between you and her. There's something that's blocking you and the girl. So make sure you can take away as many things as you possibly can. Tip number 2, the seating. Where do you want to sit when you go on a date? So you need to make sure that when you go on a date, whether it's a bar, a club, whatever it is, a restaurant, coffee shop, you always need to think about the seating. Okay, the first thing you need to think about is you need to understand if you sit right next to the girl, it's going to be easier to escalate. Okay, it's going to be easier to create sexual tension compared to if you sit directly across. Okay, sitting across from the girl, it creates this so-called atmosphere of an interview, of this is going to be a formal conversation, let's get to know each other at a formal level. You don't want to create that. You want to have a more casual environment. Sit next to her. If she directly sits across, what do I generally do? This isn't a job interview. Come sit here. Okay, as simple as that. You don't want to act butthurt or emotional. Why the fuck are you sitting there? Okay, obviously you don't do that. But you can have some cocky, funny line. No, this isn't a job interview. Am I going to be interviewed by you? Hopefully not, so come sit here. Okay, or you can just say, rather sit here. Let's talk to each other over here. It's not a job interview. Okay, I say some of those things. Otherwise, I just tell her where to sit. You sit here, I'll sit here. Okay, as simple as that. It's so much harder, the seating, when you're here and she's here, and you're trying to now like have this conversation, but you can't physically escalate. It's hard to create that sexual tension. It's directly opposite. Also, when you're sitting opposite each other, if there is an awkward moment, if there is silence, it's easier for that to become awkward because you're both just facing each other, staring at each other. It becomes awkward. Okay, if you're worrying about your dates becoming too awkward, it does get to that awkward element if you're just facing across from each other. Okay, compared to if she's sitting next to you, if you do happen to run out of things to say, if you don't know what to say, both of you are looking into the distance anyway. Okay, let's get into the third tip. Now, the third tip behind a date is understanding what you need to do on the date. Okay, very, very important. What should you be doing? Okay, number 1, you should be increasing the qualification. Okay, increasing the connection, increasing attraction, increasing sexual tension. What do you need to do on that date according to what you've done in the pickup? If you've already got a lot of connection on the pickup, maybe you want to increase the attraction on the date. If your pickup was a lot where you were showing this player vibe, where maybe it was too much of that playerness, maybe on the date you want to communicate more of the connection qualities to balance it out. So you need to understand what character do you need to show the girl, okay, according to what you were on the pickup. Again, check out this video above. I did the 5 roles or the 5 characters that you need in every single cold approach. That will help you understand how you can take that towards the date. Okay, so tip number 4, understand the logistics of your date. Where should your date be? Where should it be? Okay, you need to understand 2 things. Number 1, you always pick a date location that's close to a seduction location. Okay, that's the first thing that you need to be thinking of. Your date location compared to the seduction location. Where is it? Where is your seduction location? Maybe it's the car, maybe it's your house, maybe it's her house. But pick a date location close to where you think your seduction location is going to be. Number two, the logistics might not be to do with the seduction location. It could just be, I want to pick a good location to do with the thing that I need to fill, the connection. Okay, I'm going to pick a place where I know I can get to know the girl. Maybe it's to do with attraction, where I can pick a place where I can also bring my friends and she can see that I'm a leader, I'm a social guy. So it's got nothing to do with a seduction location because I'm focusing on something else in that moment. So tip number 5, what most guys get wrong on a date is they treat it like a pickup. Okay, they bring their same pickup persona to the date, and you don't want to do that. Okay, on a date, relax more. Okay, relax, have more conversations, get to know the girl. This is a person in front of you. Get to know who she is. Use some of the connection techniques. Get to know her life story. Share your life story. Okay, don't just think about every second on the date. Push pull. Do I need to cold read? What's my next neg? Okay, what's my next this, that? Okay, relax a lot more. Understand that because she came on the date, she likes you. Okay, have that mindset. She wouldn't be there. Girls can spend their time doing anything. She's choosing to spend her time with you. So relax a little bit. Don't put so much pressure on yourself to perform at every single second of the date. If anything, you should have the mindset of impress me. Okay, I go on hundreds of dates. Even if you don't, have the mindset of I go on hundreds of dates. So many girls will be lucky to be with me. Who the hell are you? Let's get to know you. Let's see if you're worthy of going on more dates with me. Let's see. And again, don't get stuck in this whole dating persona, this dating frame of going on 100 dates. Of course not. But filter out these girls. Screen them. Who the hell are you? Don't come in with this mindset of I need to impress her. Those are the 5 tips to having a successful date. But my bonus tip, okay, the first bonus tip that I want to give you guys is make sure that you go to the spots, certain spots for your dates regularly, consistently. Why do you want to do this? To build up social proof. If you get to know the waiters, the owner, the manager, it creates this perception that you have a lot of value, that you have high value. Imagine if you can walk into a coffee shop, you introduce the girl to the manager, okay, to the waiters. You're the social person, you know other people, okay? You're showing this quality, this demonstration of higher value, that you are someone that has value. So go to the consistent places, get to know the staff, get to know the manager. Maybe you need to provide value yourself to them. What's one way of providing value? Just adding emotional value. Have conversations with them, bring fun, bring some good emotions to them. Maybe when you get to know them, there's other sources of value that you can offer. You need to remember that every waiter, every manager, every person in general is trying to do certain things and get certain things in this world. If you can find that out, if you can elicit that, you can provide some value, okay? So understand that then next time you bring a girl to these places, it looks, you're creating the social value perspective, okay? You have all the value. So those are the 5 tips. That's the bonus tip. Hope you enjoyed that video, bro. If you did, hit subscribe below. And again, if you haven't yet, check out my immersion program. Just launched. Week 1 is sold out. Check out week 2. Go to surgicalimmersion.com. Get on the application process and I'll see you there.